Hey Marigold Mafia, it's your person Yellow here once again to bring you the latest tea and news. I do reviews, bring in the latest news, and gossip while we're having a fun time. You still want it? I still got it. Hey Marigold Mafia, it's been a while since you all heard from me and I really do apologize. Things have been very hectic here in 2023 and I decided starting January 1st of 2024 that I was going to start up all of my news pages again. So if you're one of those rare ones who came across my YouTube channel, I have an Instagram as well as a TikTok, and now just as yesterday I have an X account. Now, when it comes to threads, I may or may not make a channel, so stay tuned for that. Now, let's get down to the news. Disclaimer: if you're sensitive to any of these topics that I have listed here, please skip to the time code I have placed at the bottom right-hand corner. So, recently, the president of Lincoln University at Missouri has been placed on administrative leave just days after Vice President of Student Affairs dies by unaliving herself. The vice president was known to be Antoinette Bonnie Kadia Bailey, and she sadly took her life Monday after allegedly receiving mental abuse, harassment, and bullying from her boss and president of the school, who was known to be John Mosley. Antoinette's family said that her personality over the week started changing as the relationship between her and Mosley started straining. Let me play the news clip.
The community is reeling after the death of Antoinette Candia Bailey, the vice president of student affairs and a mentor on campus.
If you knew her, you loved her, basically.
But since then, there has been an outcry from students and alumni to have Lincoln's current president, John Mosley, removed.
I've said early on in the administration that Dr. Mosley was a novice, and he's demonstrated his lack of skill and leadership in this capacity.
Sherman Bonds, the Lincoln University National Alumni President, sent a letter to the Board of Curators following an email.
She wrote a manifesto, a letter to Dr. Mosley, giving directions toward improvement in his leadership.
According to Bonds, the email alleges Mosley harassed and bullied Candia Bailey. In an interview with NBC News, Candia Bailey's mother and husband say she had a strained relationship with Mosley and was fired on January 3rd.
Between 5 days, her level of despair was beyond hope, and she took her life.
In a press release, the university says it values mental health, saying, quote, "As a board, we are committed to make certain the mental health of Lincoln University employees is a priority and that every employee is always treated with dignity and respect." But students like Zoe want more from the university.
I do look forward to seeing the resignation or firing of Dr. Mosley. I just feel like at this point we're under poor leadership.
And says it goes further than just Mosley.
This is unprecedented in terms of what we expect from the Board of Curators. We expect compassion, we expect resolve, and we expect immediate action, and we don't have that.
Ellie La Liberté, KMU8 News.
After Antoinette's passing, people from the HBCU started calling for his termination and even took to social media and started the trend #FireMosley. After the backlash, Mosley was placed on paid administrative leave this coming Friday, and the Board of Curators saying in this statement, "Our institution is heavily laden with despair, discontent, and disappointment regarding the loss of the precious life of Dr. Antoinette Bonnie Bailey. What occurs on one's watch is one's responsibility, and one must be held accountable, good or bad. We are committed to make certain of the mental health of Lincoln University employees as a priority, and that every employee is always treated with dignity and respect." As of right now, the university is still investigating the issue. Now, a viral story has been going around about a Las Vegas judge being attacked at a sentencing hearing. Let me play you the clip.
Appreciate that, but I think it's time that you get a taste of something else because I just can't with that history. In accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada, this court.
Hey! Whoa! Hey! Hey!
30-year-old Deborah Redding was in a Las Vegas court for sentencing after facing charges such as attempted battery with bodily harm. Moments before the attack, Judge Mary Holtis denied his probation and said, quote, "I think it's time that he gets a taste of something else. I just can't with that history." Moments later, however, Redding leaped up and jumped Holtis. This one frame sparked a ton of memes and that are still being used on Twitter to this very day. Even other judges such as Judge Judy spoke up about this situation. Let me play that clip.
Who just recently attacked a judge in Clark County.
I saw the video.
Insane. What are your thoughts on that?
I was actually shocked that this defendant managed to get as far as he did without somebody shooting him. But it probably happened in a second.
So fast.
That, once he was there, there were too many people. But I was actually shocked that somebody managed to get as close to her and on top of.
It didn't take long for Redding to be hit with 13 new charges after attacking her, though. 6 of them were felonies. What's even crazier was the fact that Holtis still wanted to see him that following Monday after the attack, and that she did. On Monday, she sentenced Redding to 19 to 48 months in jail. Mind you, this isn't for what happened. These were charges prior to that attack. So he's still going to face more time due to the attack. So it's been revealed that some of the charges he now faces due to that attack is intimidating public offenders, battery on an officer, and even attempted murder. Let me play you that clip.
Mr. Redding?
Yes, I am.
Hello. Okay, I have a few housekeeping matters to handle before we handle his case. In anticipation of me appointing the public defender to represent him, there are multiple media requests. There were multiple orders that were signed in initial appearance court. I have amended several media orders to not allow live streaming because I do not allow live streaming. So to the extent initial appearance court allowed live streaming, I have amended all of those orders to remove that. I have filed amended orders yesterday. There are some new orders that I need to rule on, one from KLAS, one from Univision, one from Associated Press, and one from Fox 5. Does the state have any opposition to these media requests? Does the defense?
I'll submit it to the court.
Okay, I'm going to sign and approve these media requests. They are not for live streaming, and they are only for any sort of media that the media requested. All right, as for disclosures, before I arraign Mr. Redding, I want to disclose under Judicial Canon 2.11, Comment 5, that I do know Judge Mary Kay Holthus. I know her very casually and only professionally. I've never socialized with her outside, say, a professional event. I do, for instance, not know her phone number. I don't think she knows mine. We're not connected on social media. I've never worked at the district attorney's office, where I believe she worked for her entire career. Her daughter is a deputy district attorney on my track. However, the team chief has assured me that Kennedy Holthus will not appear on any of Mr. Redding's appearances. Therefore, I see no reason to recuse. However, I make those disclosures under Rule 2.11, Comment 5. Mr. Redding, have you been given a copy of the criminal complaint this morning?
Yes, I have been given one.
You're being charged with count 1, attempt murder, victim 60 years of age or older, a felony. Count 2, battery on a protected person resulting in substantial bodily harm, victim 60 years of age or older, a felony. Count 3, extortion by threat, a felony. Count 4, intimidating a public officer, a felony. Count 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 are all battery on an officer, the same name victim. Oh, and by the way, I do not know any of the other victims named in the criminal complaint. Those are all felony offenses. Count 10, performance of act or neglect of duty and willful or wanton disregard of safety or persons of property resulting in substantial bodily harm or death, a felony. Battery on a protected person, count 11, that's a gross misdemeanor offense. Count 12, battery by a prisoner, a felony. Count 13, unlawful act related to human excrement or bodily fluid, a felony. All allegedly occurring on January 3rd of 2024. Do you understand these charges?
Yes, I understand.
Can you afford to hire a private lawyer at this time? I'm sorry?
I'm trying to,
Can you afford to hire a private lawyer of your own expense and choosing?
no, not at this time. No.
Are you a veteran or a member of our military?
No.
I can appoint a lawyer.
Reddin's new court date will be in February. A hidden New York City synagogue leads to a massive riot between police and members. Let me play you the clip. A well-known Brooklyn synagogue that is a place for Jews was destroyed after a massive brawl took place. The cause of said brawl happened after the hidden tunnel was discovered. Police say that the tunnel was made in secret, and after the tunnel was sealed, the protest turned violent. Let me play you the news clip.
And are facing charges this afternoon after police say they dug a secret tunnel into the sanctuary of the Chabad Lubavitch headquarters in Brooklyn.
The men described by police as extremist students are accused of digging the tunnel so that they would be able to have access to the sanctuary after hours. And when a cement truck was brought in to fill that tunnel, the men stood in the tunnel, refusing to leave.
Eyewitness News reporter Anthony Carlo is live in Crown Heights, Brooklyn, with the very latest on this story. Anthony.
Dave, Lauren, we're learning new this afternoon that 5 of those 9 young men will be arraigned in court tonight, while the other 4 were issued desk appearance tickets, released, and expected back in court at a later date. Right now, the city's Department of Buildings investigators are inside this synagogue trying to determine whether it's safe for congregants to re-enter. I think all who've seen the video can agree it is both chaotic and bizarre. Police arresting 9 young men inside the synagogue between the ages of 19 and 21. The group charged with criminal mischief and reckless endangerment. Police say they were found inside a tunnel that was dug leading to Chabad Lubavitch World Headquarters on Eastern Parkway. Synagogue leaders described the group as extremist students seeking unauthorized access to the building by breaking walls. The tunnel had previously been discovered when a cement truck was brought in yesterday to repair the walls. Police say the group of young men stood in the tunnel and refused to leave. A spokesperson for Chabad Lubavitch headquarters says, in part, the community is pained by the vandalism of a group of young agitators who damaged the synagogue below Chabad headquarters at 770 Eastern Parkway Monday night. These odious actions will be investigated and the sanctity of the synagogue will be restored. We spoke with some congregants who prayed outside this morning since the synagogue was closed, pending an evaluation by the buildings department to determine structural stability.
It's very tragic, obviously. It bothers everyone, this whole community. There's not a single person that doesn't bother him right now that it's closed. Unfortunately, there was a few people. I was there at the time. It was less than a handful of people that broke the wall. Unfortunately, they had to cause this disturbing thing that happened.
And again, we watched members of the congregation out here in the cold this morning saying their prayers outside of the synagogue with police officers posted outside, preventing anybody from going in. We understand right now there is some kind of discrepancy over who has control of the synagogue. Officials rather, of the synagogue say they have been litigating this matter in the New York State court system, trying to gain proper control of the premises, but it is a...
Multiple arrests were made, and most of them were young, between the ages of 19 to 22 years old, charged with reckless endangerment and criminal mischief. So, Jonathan Majors recently sat down in an interview with ABC following his guilty verdict. Let me show you the clip.
Situation, a situation that I, in many ways, put myself in.
Your reaction to that verdict?
Shock. I was absolutely shocked and afraid. And I'm standing there, and the verdict comes down. I say, how is that possible? Based off the evidence, based off the prosecution's evidence, let alone our evidence. How is that possible?
But after only hours of deliberation, a jury of his peers agreed with prosecutors that he did physically injure his then-girlfriend Grace Jabari in an incident last March.
What happened exactly, do you know?
No, I don't know. But she's unconscious.
That 911
I'm about sitting here right now.
came hours after an argument broke out with Jabari in the back seat of an SUV when Majors received a text from another woman saying, "Oh, how I wish to be kissing you." Jabari testified that when she grabbed the phone, Majors tried to get it back, fracturing her finger and giving her a cut behind her ear. She says inside the car, you hit her in the face, twist her arm behind her back, fracture her middle finger.
Yeah, that did not happen.
How did those injuries come about?
I wish to God I knew. That would give clarity. That would give me some type of peace about it.
But you're confident you didn't.
I have no question.
Surveillance video shows Majors getting out of the car, followed by...
And you saw a black man chasing a young white girl down the street, screaming and crying. That man is going to be shot and killed in the streets of New York City.
Major's defense team shared these photos, which he says show the injuries he received that night, which were deemed inadmissible in court. How were you injured?
My injuries were, I had a scratch on my hand, from clawing for the phone, and I had a gash on my, at the time I had a beard. Under my beard I had essentially a fingernail scratch on my cheek from pressure, and that bled overnight.
But prosecutors say Majors was the aggressor. District Attorney Alvin Bragg says the evidence presented throughout this trial illustrated a cycle of psychological and emotional abuse. In court, prosecutors pointed to a previous argument during which he knocked a candle to the floor.
I completely lost my temper in that moment and threw it all on the ground.
You're probably well aware that people were saying, well, why was he telling this woman to be like Coretta Scott King and Michelle Obama?
It was me trying to give an analogy of what it is I'm aspiring to be. These great men, Martin, President Obama, and trying to give a reference point to that. One of the things I also say is I need her, in that case Grace, to make the same I am making.
Through it all, Major's new girlfriend, actress Megan Good, has remained by his side, even present for our interview. How would you describe your relationship?
Well, she's an angel. She's held me down like...
who...
Like a Coretta, I'm so blessed to have her. The relationship is still fresh, but I think I found it.
As you may know, Jonathan Majors was arrested in New York in March 2023 for domestic violence after getting into a dispute with his ex-girlfriend Grace Jabari. In the incident, it happened when the couple was riding home from a party back to his apartment when Jabari saw a text on Major's phone that said, "I want to kiss you right now." After she saw the text, she grabbed his phone to see more about that text message, and it caused them to have a tug-of-war with the phone, which is speculated to have caused Jabari's finger to be fractured. Afterwards, it was reported that Majors hit Jabari in the face and proceeded to leave the scene. On December 18th of last year, he eventually was found guilty for what happened. In the interview that I just posted, he mentions that his new girlfriend, Megan Good, stuck beside him like Coretta King, which caused a lot of social media to do a double take. And here's some reactions. Johnna's daughter, Bernice King, soon took to Twitter and said this: "My mother wasn't a prop. She was a peace advocate before she met my father and was instrumental in him speaking out against the Vietnam War. Please understand that my mother was a force." Jonathan soon responded and said this: "My intentions was to convey my utmost respect for Coretta Scott King, her achievements, and both her personal legacy and the one that she shares with her husband, Dr. Martin Luther King. A great woman and a very important figure in American and world history, and someone both Megan and I are inspired by and deeply admire." So as of recent, Martin Luther King III also made a statement standing by and agreeing with what his sister Bernice King said. He said in a quote, "So I think it's really that she certainly was not that, but she was extraordinarily supportive every day of their lives together, and she was far more than just a prop." It's a guilty verdict. Jonathan has been removed from almost all of his gigs, such as Marvel and future film projects such as 48 Hours in Vegas. He'll be sentenced February, where he faces a year in prison. Now, there's this reality show called Baddies East that has been making its rounds on social media. For those who don't know what Baddies East is, it's a show that's on Zeus Network, which is centered around a group of girls visiting various cities on the East Coast and going to clubs. However, not all glitters is gold.
I'm just here to show you bitches how to do it. Anything that you heard about me, bitch, believe it. I'm just that bitch. Motherfucking queen.
This season, we're hitting up Washington, D.C., Baltimore, Philly, Atlantic City, New York, and Jamaica.
That's a baddie. Yeah, yeah. That's a baddie. Yeah, yeah. That's a baddie. Yeah, yeah. That's a baddie. Yeah.
Rashawn is so fake because she told all of us, beat my sister's ass when y'all see her.
How do you feel about her stepping in?
That she be playing both sides. Yeah, and I'll make her pick a side.
The smiley girl.
You texting my phone, being weird. You better keep it the fuck moving.
She's lying about the pendant because one of Taseki's clan people seen it in her room.
Natalie and Rolly put a fucking battery in fucking Scarface and is trying to make her do her big one.
I am a fan of Camilla.
You're just nasty. You're a nasty individual. And I'm gonna rock your shit, bitch.
I'm not gonna do the fake shit. I don't care what we got going on. Right. If you don't like me, I need to know that now. I keep trying with this girl. I don't fuck with you. What don't you get?
Back that bitch, bro.
I did not mean to like them. I promise you.
She's fragile, bro. If I wasn't pregnant, nigga, I'd really be dragging.
Right.
You would be
would have popped out first.
Let's talk. Like a fucking leprechaun, bitch. So
shut the fuck up.
About 15 of y'all, like, all these bitches don't dislike y'all for no reason.
Let's just go ahead. Come on.
You staring at me.
You what the fuck is wrong with
You owe me a wig now? 2 wigs.
You the only bitch in here talking right now. I never jump my sister. So every time I see a bitch, I'ma spit on her. Shut the fuck up.
Biggie!
Let's get it poppin', baby. It's already done.
What the fuck?
I did this for my son. I can't be away from her, bro, and I feel sick in my stomach.
You having all this heavy energy towards me doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Cause I'm trying to tell you.
On me, nigga. I'm dodging it every time. Dodging it. Dodging it.
Bitch, you got me fucked up.
I got you fucked up.
You do. You do.
Alright, you're a fucking liar. You see my before you got here.
Telling me you took her chain like I'm supposed to come get it back.
The bitch should have never been able to sleep from the day she walked in the house after she took your shit. Go get your fucking chain, bitch.
What happened? The bitch stuck me. Why y'all playing with me?
She wanna fight? You wanna fight? Clearly. Let's go.
What's up? And I don't know what's up.
You a foreign ass bitch.
Shut the fuck up, bitch.
You making up stories. You making up stories.
You cockhead.
I wouldn't be calling you though.
I don't give a
But I wouldn't call you those things. You know it's wrong. You know it's wrong. It doesn't matter.
Yo, you slid on some weird shit the other day, and you fucked our money up.
Bring that shit right here.
Come on. Coming on my shit, bitch.
You need a medic immediately. ASAP.
Watch out, man. Okay, that's it.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
Come on, good job,
Allow us to experience the peace
love and joy that no money can give, no fame can.
Right now, the show is receiving a lot of backlash because a member of the show named Smiley suffered a medical issue in Jamaica. Now, if you're sensitive to any topics, please go to the time code right here. Now, I'm not going to show you the clip of Smiley having a seizure, but when the cast went to Jamaica, Smiley, as well as other girls in her group, started drinking on the bus to go meet with the other girls. However, Smiley had a little bit too much to drink and she started having problems. As soon as she became unresponsive in production, as well as paramedics had to intervene. The reason why this was so controversial is because of many reasons. How the situation was handled, as well as the cast members' reactions to Smiley. Smiley's storyline was already a major part of the season, with her beef with Mariah Lynn, with her taking her shade, as well as allegedly suffering a miscarriage. Due to the wild things Smiley has went through on the show, it led to not only cast members having trouble believing her, but some viewers as well. Her having a medical emergency was no different. When she was going through what she was going through, majority of the cast did little to no help, with their reasons being that she was faking. Mariah and Sky saying that she only had 4 shots. Mariah even pointing out that 4 shots doesn't do that to you, even at her size. Even Tasiki, another cast member, saying that she was faking at the scene.
Like she was scared, that's when she started acting. I'm not playing, I'm beating her up. I don't care. If she getting on our bus, I'm about to beat her up. She need to be on our bus. She live with us. She's on the She need to be on our bus. She need to be on our sprinter. She need to be on our sprinter. No, because she's doing this on purpose, bro. We ain't get to have no fun again today. I'm gonna beat her up in the sprinter.
But she not. At this point, I'm drained. I'm over it. I want to slap Smiley at this point. Like, cause girl, what the fuck are you doing?
One fucking ridiculous, bro. I'm slapping her 3 times. That's all my ass. I'm slapping her like 3 times. Like, Fred. I'm not playing, Fred. Because we were supposed to have fun today. I know, and she was bugging in the house. Now it's fucked up again because of her.
This scene was not only intense, but it sparked a lot of outrage.
Come on, let's go outside. Go outside for what? We're gonna fight.
Assignment. So let's go over this Jamaica episode because a lot happened, but I want to start off with Smiley and medical situation. From what it looked like, Smiley had smoked too much, drank too much, and apparently hadn't taken her medication. I don't know what type of medication, they did not specify. It looks like she has a seizure, she's also throwing up, she, is convulsing, she can't control her limbs, all of that. So they rush her to the hospital. A lot of little things that I just have to talk about. First of all, it looks like Tasiki is driving the train of she's faking it, but I can't see how she faked it. You can't fake foam coming out of your mouth. At least I think that's what I saw. You can't fake your pupils not responding. I don't know, it was just weird for everyone to have this type of, I can handle 4 shots. Hennessy, why can't she handle 4 shots? Smiley is just being Smiley. She's just being weird. Big kudos to Sky because it looked like she was the only one who cared about Smiley. She was taking care of her. Like, she was not screaming at her the way that Miss Natalie Nunn was. Like, girl, put your feet up. She's not mentally here right now. But you're screaming at her about embarrassing you? You could fake having a miscarriage, but you can't really fake having this type of medical emergency. Let's bring it back to how production put the alcohol in this minivan and not the other minivan. And then someone said, I don't remember who, Smiley hadn't ate anything. And that Smiley had never smoked and had never, drank alcohol around these girls. So they didn't know, her intake. So in reality, it's just it happens. But I still don't think that gives any of the girls permission to be like, she's faking. Like, girl, I've been watching Baddies
went to Jamaica. So she probably didn't get that much sleep. We talking about not really eating how you really supposed to eat. She probably ain't been drinking that much water. She supposedly just had a miscarriage, because now I'm starting to believe her. And the thing is, I've been believed her, because who am I to say that she did or didn't? So she had a miscarriage. On top of being in Jamaica, drinking Henny, and it's that hot. And see, now I'm a drinker, and I've had nights where, and not nights, maybe on occasion every once in a while, you just get tore up. It happens. So while all of them acting like, I don't understand how it happened, while all of them screaming at her, literally she is literally in and out. Her eyes, he said her pupils aren't even responding. Her eyes, y'all, she had the look. If you've never seen nobody incoherent, just out of it, not there, literally not there. And I feel like Sky was the only one taking her serious. Like, Sky was on the verge of I don't know what's going on, I don't know if she faking, but I'ma be by her side because that's what you do. Sky is the only one I want to go on a trip with me because that's what you do. But to see that first seizure, when you see somebody seize, that is an image you'll never get out of your head. And I've seen it multiple times because I work in the medical field. I've seen it out on the street just randomly happening. So when you see that, seeing her face in that very first seize she had, it was real. And if y'all want to argue in the comments, let's go. Because I got time. And you know what? Who is anybody to say what is real and what ain't going on with her health? My thing is, if you feel that way, be like Camilla. It's Smiley being Smiley again. But for Natalie be yelling at her, fix your face! Get up! You can't do this in another country! The girl is literally asking for her son and she know her son not there. Like, she's literally out of it. And Scotty, like, she don't even understand what you saying. Like, I just felt like everybody was slow. I'm gonna talk about something. This is embarrassing. Let that be one of y'all. And y'all just out of it, out of country with some people y'all really don't know that don't really know your medical history. They don't really know if she taking any drugs or really what's going on. It's like, this episode gave me such weird vibes. And I know we waited, but it gave me such weird vibes. So to see the snippet of the next episode and them pouring water on her head and confronting her, talking about something, when you got to the hospital, you was alive, you was feeling better. I don't care what she was feeling. It's weird. It's not y'all call. It's not y'all play. And if you feel like it is your job to call people out, you're weird too. Just like them birds in that house. Like, you're nobody, they're nobody, and people can do whatever they want to do. Even if it's weird, don't be bothered with it. Don't deal with them. I feel like this is just basic math. Like, but I'm an Aquarius, so I don't deal with a lot. But this episode really took me there. So I can't wait to see next Sunday. They gonna drag it out. We probably got like 2-3 more episodes, which is cool with me because I done paid my $5.99 and I won on my $5.99. Like, disgusted.
This episode right here, this one right here, a mess. Now listen, regardless if you think this was fake or not, in the moment, the girls should not have reacted the way that they did, besides Sky. She was the only good person in this situation. These girls simply just do not like Smiley, so whatever she does, they're automatically gonna make her the enemy for it. And that's why I believe they were so hostile towards her, besides Sky. I feel like that's why they were saying she was lying and laughing at her and making jokes about it, because they just don't like her. And it's just very bizarre to me how they kept the cameras rolling and they kept recording her and just never stopped the footage, because God forbid Smiley actually did pass away and they had all this footage. I feel like Zeus still would have posted it. They would have edited it a little bit more, but they still would have posted it, honestly. And also, I feel like they made us wait the 2 weeks. Well, I ain't wait because I don't pay for Zeus, but they made y'all wait the 2 weeks because they were really trying to figure out how they were going to be portrayed in this or how people were going to react. So they were like, we need to take a breather on this and really figure out if we want to post this. And at this point, I'm just ready for the reunion to come so we can see EBT and Rolly get beat up. That's the only thing I'm looking forward to in this show at this point, because Jamaica, I was betting on Jamaica, but this was the first episode of them being in Jamaica and it was trash. So just hurry up with the reunion.
This has sparked a lot of debate, with people posting evidence on whether she had a seizure or not. Since then, Smiley took to social media and shared her reaction to the situation.
Fucking episode. Y'all really drugged this shit. Y'all really drugged this shit. And it's like, bruh. It's like, and I thank you to everyone who was there holding my hand. But for those who really sat there and felt like I was faking, fuck you. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Y'all ain't got no heart, bro. Because I sat there and just watched this shit, bro. And this shit really hurts to see this shit. This shit really just hurt me. Y'all don't know how this shit feel, bro. Y'all not feeling. Y'all not seeing how that shit feel, bro. I don't even know what was going on. I did not know what the fuck was going on this fucking shit. And it was like, I was so nervous for this shit to come on. And then I'm seeing all these comments. And I had to sit here and watch this shit. Bro, my grandma, everybody is watching this, bro. This shit. This shit hurt, bruh. I could not control what happened to me. How can I control that? How can I control that? And Zeus, bruh, Lemmy, LJ, y'all foul for this shit. Cause if I would have known, I would have never told y'all to post this shit, bruh. This shit hurts, bruh. I was fucked up.
Since then, most cast members have doubled down in their comments, and some even going as far as to say that she took pills prior to the incident.
Smiley faking. Y'all, I like Smiley, y'all, but yeah, she was faking that shit, y'all. She was tweaking. She took a pill from somebody. She won't give up the sources, but that bitch was faking, y'all. She wasn't faking. I'm not gonna say she was. We gave her the wrong diagnosis. She was not having a seizure. She was not faking. She was tweaking. That's what we call it in the hood.
Lie on you, bitch. Obviously, you the fucking liar. I just don't like that how you on the internet trying to play like all this shit really happened.
Bro, the girl's a Riri. I'm not about to argue with that girl.
Sisters. And the girl, like, I just feel like she already embarrassed herself enough by just lying and then got all these people fooled and all these people attacking me, attacking just everybody. Like, oh my God, y'all insensitive. Bitch, I'm a crybaby. I am not insensitive.
Nigga, that's why I just stayed away from the cameras at that moment.
So, did Smiley fake the incident or not? Leave a comment below if you want. Well, that's all I have, folks. I hope you enjoyed. Bye!